Hello, hello. Are we on? Let me see. Looks like we are. Hi. I have a ton of books to show you today, including 4 unboxings. Hey, Decay. I haven't seen you in a little while, I feel like. Box. And then a 4th box. I have 4 unboxings to do from the mail, and there should be 2 more, and I'm still signing up for them, so I'm sure it'll continue. I'm just making sure everything's all crossed out. I've got a ton of stuff to tell you, and my TBR jar is over there. I'm having super fun with the TBR jar stuff too, because I'm feeling more motivated than usual. I don't know if you were here for any of that, Decay, but I'm gonna wait a few minutes to see who pops in. And then I'm excited. I am excited to open these. I think we've had 4 in the past. I also have 2 boxes of books that I'm in processing and trying to figure out if I want to keep or not. There's literally 2 boxes of them. I'm not gonna set, hi sweetie. I'm not gonna set, I'm talking to my cat. I'm not gonna set my goal, hey Endom, to show you all of the books because there's too many, which is a good thing. But yeah, there's a lot. So I'm just gonna do the well, I'm gonna talk to you about what I read. I'm gonna do the unboxings. Maybe I'll talk to you about what I read afterwards because I need to get up and get the TBR jar, which is right over there of reach. My cat is upset because I went to feed him. I dropped the bowl with the food in it, and it flipped upside down and landed close to him, possibly on top of him, and scared the crap out of him. Whoops. So yeah, that's not great. Alrighty. You hit 1,000 subs, Indom. That's fantastic. Wow, that was quick, wasn't it? Weren't you at like 700 last week? Oh my goodness. Yay, everybody show Indom some love for hitting 1,000 subscribers. That's amazing. Hey, Ronan. Yes, congrats. Hey, Caleb. I'm looking over here at the chat, but I can kind of see you guys scattered throughout in front there. Poppy Playtime helped you a lot. Is that a game? Or is that like a YouTuber or something? It sounds like a game. Yeah, that's awesome. You were working really hard on that too. I know it can be really discouraging to do it. To keep pushing for it. Yeah, that seemed fast. 300 subs in 2 weeks. That is really fast. Oh, a horror game. Yeah, those are popular right now, aren't they? I feel so old when I say that, but I just heard somebody else talking about streaming one today. So that's amazing. And, you know, if you're trying to build the channel, no shame in doing what works, you know? Yay, that's so good. Okay. Cool. You had 2 edits blow up in a short time span. That's what you want. And that's why we keep going, because it's like at any moment. Oh my gosh, you had one at 26,000 views. I'm looking at your channel right now. 21,000 views. Wow. That's so exciting. I can put a link to his channel, Caleb. So go subscribe to Indom. Get a little more traffic even than he already has. So that's awesome. I think I have one that got over time 27,000 views. I'd have to look at my own channel. one blew up on TikTok and I got like 150,000 views, but it didn't relate to followers, and like that's not really what I'm trying to build. It was totally off topic for the channel. It was a candle. It was a special candle burning that like the wick went around the outside, and I did a time lapse of it, so it looked really cool. That was it. That's what blew up. I work so hard on this stuff. I don't know what that means. Sorry, dude. Yay! Okay, I just realized I can move this to this side of the screen and probably see you guys better. Okay. So, looks like YouTube boosted this a little bit. I'm hoping to get 20-30 subscribers. I still haven't done my sit down for like 2,000 subscribers. What is wrong with me? You gotta edit some things? Okay, no problem. Thanks for stopping in. I mean, a lot of us are YouTubers ourselves, I feel like. Because we care about helping each other's channels and stuff. How are my snakes? So they got fed today. Looks like my black snake ate. I'm looking at her tank today. They get fed once a week. Carrot ate like a champ, the corn snake, and then Dante I haven't seen. I think the heat's not right in his tank. So I need to switch tanks. That's why I don't mess with it too much, because he's not staying in that one. But that means I gotta move him around the house, and I need a second person for that. Hey, Azazel is here. Alrighty, so I think I had a good reading week. Let me get Goodreads up, because you guys always get me really good recommendations, and then I'm like, why don't I have Goodreads up? Yeah, if you like dinosaurs or Jurassic Park, check out Indom's channel. I'm doing good, I think. How are you? I have 4 free books to unbox. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. This might be a hardback. That might be a hardback. This is definitely a paperback. It's dead, and this is definitely a paperback. I kind of want to open this little white one first. Feeling better. Isn't sick anymore. And Caleb says, cool. Yeah, honestly, I would get like 10 more corn snakes if I could. I'm eyeing this. I have a sudden, not sudden anymore, but like sudden large space in the basement that I have no plan for. And I kind of bet you it's going to become a reptile room. Yeah, the corn snakes are such good eaters. They're easy to keep. Like they don't require real high humidity or real high heat. And just their personalities have just been fantastic for me so far. Carrot's still a bit skittish, but it's starting to turn from fear into curiosity. I think I mentioned that before. And that's what I live for, is the training of the animals. And I just went to a falconry meet yesterday, saw a different red-tailed hawk fly. That was exciting. Still didn't catch a damn rabbit, and I'm starting to think that it's me, that I'm the bad luck with the rabbit catching. But I don't know. I'll have some video from that soon. I posted a short, but I'll have more. And this was exciting. So it's probably just because I'm a falconer, but I met a subscriber at the falconry meet. And that just, my brain exploded. She's like, wait, do you have, she was the one flying the red tails. She's like, do you have a YouTube channel? It's like, yeah. She's like, I think I watched some of your videos. And with the lives too, it's like, this is turning into like, oh my God, these are real people. It's a whole different thing when you're like putting on a show for your own video, recording yourself, but interacting with people here and like, I can't read and talk at the same time. Gosh, it gets me every time. I don't know what I was just saying, but yeah, I'm sure I had a thought at some point. That was the one where you were talking about if you wanted to do your location. I may have briefly mentioned it on this channel, but I haven't mentioned it on this channel yet. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to do this, but I want the video to... Most of you aren't going to know what we're talking about. That's fine. Hey, Cody. But it's just, I was talking about it like being real people. And Falconers are not very common. We're getting there. But yeah, so that was just really cool. And it's, that's what I was going to say, is that that's exactly why I wanted to record some of the falconry stuff, because it's helpful to other people that are either curious about it or literally getting into it. Because we don't meet up very much. So that was just so random and cool. Yeah, I do remember that, Caleb. I think because a bunch of weirdos came in right at the same time or something. But thanks for stopping in, Cody. And Decay says at some point people will start to recognize you. That is crazy to me. I mean, God, it's so scary and exciting at the same time. Because I'm like, coming on here, like, you could go viral overnight. Like, you could, like, anything could happen. And you never know what video is going to go viral. And I haven't really had a viral video. Kinda. So I had some Brian Barczyk videos when he passed away. He's a reptile guy who passed away 2 years ago now, I think. And I just had some thoughts about his death, and it, like, yeah, got a lot of views. It's still on the channel. His Majesty's Dragon book. I feel like I already have that on my to be read list. No, I'm not going to play music, because YouTube might take this down. Anyway, I want to get started on these. I'm going to do this little white one first. I have 4 unboxings from the mail to do. And I'm looking at 2 boxes of books that I picked up for free. And I'm going to decide if I want to keep them or not. Spoiler alert, I can't keep all of them. Because I just got rid of 3 boxes and now I've already got 2 more. So we'll see. Whoops, sorry, I didn't have my sound off. It's just been, again, can't read and process at the same time. It's just been daylight savings, which is the stupidest thing ever. However, we went back into what I think is the good time. So now, instead of getting dark around 6 p.m., it gets dark around 7 p.m., which is great for me because I can feed the outdoor animals. And it just was warm enough today that I'm thinking about moving the turtle back outside, which is exciting for me because it doesn't stink up my office. But yeah. Harry Potter, okay. It's definitely a good feeling when you have a video that hits almost 500,000 views. Your first video ever. Well, you're freaking taking a chainsaw to stuff and making art. Like, that's amazing. Hey, Cujo. Yeah, I'm amazed. I haven't noticed a live lately. Maybe that's just me, though. I think I said that last time I talked to you. The video brought you $500. Yeah, you don't, yeah, it's not much in the beginning. Yeah, I mean, I think we should talk about that kind of stuff more, like, not necessarily right now, but, like, people are wondering and imagining that YouTubers make a lot more money. And I mean, I'm not monetized yet, but it's going to be, like, $20 or something, like, for the first year. That wasn't my chainsaw. Oh, that was the choppers I built a long time ago. Choppers. Like, helicopters? Choppers? Okay, sorry, I'm not even showing you opening this. Alright, let me try not to read the chat for a minute. The light, hold on. He just gave me a book, though, so I gotta look it up real quick. The light under the shadow. Ooh. There he is. Hi. You wanna come here? So it's a weird time change for me. I started saying Chopper Street Bikes. Gotcha. No wonder. That's I could see that going viral. Yeah. This book, Sizzling Slow Burn Romantasy. There's that sizzling word again. Hell yes. Thank you, Az. Cat's going to start screaming at the ghosts. We just gave a really little one. Did you hear that? Okay. I haven't heard of that one. So that's awesome. Okay. This one. Hey, Mike. Hello, friend. I have 4 unboxings today. Hola. Okay, I just peeked at it. Sorry, that was cheating. But let's see. And I know this is going to be backwards. Wait a minute. Okay, I thought there was nudity on it for a second there. Tell Your Friends by Lauren Wilson, a novel. It isn't on sale till June. It's March, right? Where are we? Box? Oh, yeah, 4 unboxings. They're, I guess, more envelopes. I don't know. That was unexpected. It started off a good smell, and then it kind of went south. It just had kind of a weird chemical, I don't know, can smells have an aftertaste? That's not so great. But this doesn't come out until June. I can't stop looking at that cover. University was meant to be Crystal's way out. Growing up, there was nothing in her life that couldn't be turned into content for her mother's popular and profitable family vlog channel. At Home with the Shaws is what it's called. This is fictional, though. I just read this year, I read Sherry Frankie's book about growing up on a family vlog channel and how awful it was. Of course, that a lot of that had to do with her mother being a psychopath, but, you know, like you do. All right, and praise in the inner cover, on the inside cover, says dark, seductive, and ruthlessly compelling. This is a cuttingly deep exploration of tender girlhood and toxic obsession. Nobody is ready for this book. Yes, please. I hope it's not gross, because if it's a stalker, especially for like a younger person, I don't know how this is gonna go. But am I totally intrigued by this? Absolutely. Will this cut a little close to home? Maybe. I don't know. I mean, it might just be more hype than actual substance, but we'll see. Everybody's saying hi in the chat. Don't judge the cover by the smell. I was just gonna say funny would like that quote, and then you popped up. Hello, hello. Az, hold on to these for me, because I'm doing too many things. But Dragon Cursed, I wanna look that up. Sorry, I'm leaning over so far, but most of you have been here before, so you know how that goes. Yeah, this does sound like a book I'm just gonna read until I fall asleep. Dragon Cursed, I already have, I've entered a giveaway for it, which is exciting. I don't know when I entered a giveaway for it, but this looks good. It's a young adult fantasy. Cool. I like the look of that one. So, Mike, I missed your very late night live stream yesterday. So, do you still have a buddy over? I was gonna grab that quote, Caleb. Don't judge the cover by the smell. That's fantastic. Okay, why don't I bring this closer to me like a smart person would? Okay. Now I gotta figure out where I put the things. Okay. Live. Uh-oh. That's not what I meant to do on my thing. Don't judge the cover by the smell. Apparently, on February 24th, we said country artists always sing about barbecue sauce. And the one before that, oh, we invented the Flybrary. I completely forgot about that. I wrote down Sir reads a lot. And then I wrote down, oh crap, Star Wars reference. This is fantastic. I don't remember the friggin' context for any of them. Caleb has a point. Fleming books smell like poo, but they're handy if your toilet needs work. Yeah, well, we decided that books aren't going to have scratch and sniff stickers for the most part. A booster channel. You're talking about this one. No, he went back home. I had to lay low after making the guy angry at the pool table. I didn't see it. I saw like a lady with a tattoo on her stomach or something, but then I like didn't have time to watch the whole thing. Any tips to not get distracted while reading? No, but if you've got any tips, please tell me. It's hard. Oh, thanks, Caleb. Are you live right now? I'm doing good, Funny. How are you doing? The time change is throwing me off, so I'm a little later than usual because, you know. What was I just gonna say? So distracted while reading. So clearly I have a distraction problem, but I started setting a timer for like 15 minutes, and like I'm not allowed to look at my phone until that goes up. Now, do I still focus on my book? Not always. Sometimes your brain is just not gonna do it. But weirdly enough, another tip is switching books like frequently, like a chapter each, especially if they're like different genres, so you can keep them apart easier. But that like takes, you know, your attention still reading, but it's different tasks, so it feels different. Oh, you're the one that brought up the scratch and sniff? I know I wrote that down too, but I don't see it right where I decided to write today down. So I know I have that on there. I gotta go through, I'm so behind. I did put together my Dodie concert for Tuesday, and then Puffin laid eggs already, so I put a video of that. It's really bad footage. After a long time, Funny went for a 10-mile walk today. Dang. There was a fellow who insisted on putting money on the 8-ball. Anyone who knows your backstory, I fed myself that way for many of my teen years. He lost a few $100 pretty quick. Cool. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I didn't watch this situation yet. Hi, Nadir. Yeah, I remember you, I think. The scratch and sniff was such a moment. We talked about it for like an hour because we were thinking about like we immediately came up with books that we did not want to scratch and sniff on. Happy belated birthday, Mike. Wait a minute. Where did you say it was your birthday? And the Star Wars reference was you? Sometimes I put down who said them, but I'm not quoting it exactly, so I didn't put it, but I'll put that one as you. No, I don't think we said it was your birthday. I was confused. Speaking of birthday, your wife is turning 50 this year. Happy almost birthday. She's got a week left at 49. Yeah, it's scary getting up there. Okay, so this sounds amazing. It's rather tall, like, compared to the rest of the paperbacks. I found out that they discontinued the pocket paperbacks, this size. And, like, how am I going to fit everything on my shelf then? I'm still going to get them because I got a lot for free that were donated, but, like, there's no more pocket paperbacks. I guess they weren't making enough money with it. She won't turn 50. She'll become $49.99 plus shipping and handling. That's amazing. All right. Brown, white, or yellow? Who's next? We're going to do all of these, and then I'm going to do the TBR jar, which has been very successful. And I'm so excited because I can't wait to see what prompts I have next. And I mean, yeah, if Mike wants to get a year older today, we can just, get that out of the way. Yellow, 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 yellow. Okay, 4 votes for yellow. As long as you don't turn into Gollum and take the ring and say, my precious. Or it's my birthday. My precious. Trixie Hobbitses. So if you do see him who? So my channel is art and animals. I have exotic animals. I'm a falconer. And I do books and makeup and dance and stuff. Is about, so if I do see, I'm confused even more. Sorry. All right. Next. Superman, you see that? Yeah, this is my lipstick container. I'm trying to make myself fit them only into there. I have failed already because I have 2 other containers. But that is mostly... Okay. I don't know what I was saying there. So if I do see you, I know how to shout you out. Oh, in your life? Yeah. Most people who are making stuff think the falconry thing is the coolest. But the reading thing is pretty universal too. Occasional sniffing. Yes, you be careful how you say that. All right. Okay, I'm going to try not to read the chat. Another big paperback. Oh, it's facing me. Livonia Chow Mein, a novel by Abigail Savage Liu. That's a bunch of words. Livonia Chow Mein. I love me a chicken lo mein, but chow mein is similar. This is coming out April 21st. What the heck are you? Oh, literally, okay. In the vein of Happiness Falls and Family Lore, I haven't read either of those. A gripping epic centered around a family-owned Chinese restaurant in Brownsville, Brooklyn, and its impact on the neighborhood's Jewish and Black residents over the course of a century. Whoa. This is very different from everything else I'm reading. This kind of sounds all over the place, just glancing at the back. In 1978, 2 tenements? I thought it said tenants. 2 tenements on Livonia Avenue in Brownsville burned to the ground, killing 1 resident and displacing dozens of others. It remains unclear who set the buildings ablaze, but the survivors are convinced the culprit is Mr. Wong. Who Mr. Wong is, and what allegedly drove him to this extraordinary act of violence are the questions that plunge us into 4 generations of Wong family history. I don't know. I'm not digging it, especially since the first one I was like, oh yes, I'm gonna go start reading this. But I guess it's, Chinese food on Livonia Avenue, and that's why it's called that. Let me smell it. It smells pretty good. It smells a little like glue. I could see myself wanting to sniff this in the middle of reading a lot. All right, let's see what you guys think about this. And then I'm going to read the first sentence. Sniffing fetish? Not exactly. It's more, I don't want to say it's an addiction because that it's not like a real addiction either, but that is the sequel to Torkatsu Ramen. As as apparently had Voldemort steal his pizza. I'm confused. It is a food. The Vonia chow mein sounds like a protein that Pfizer will release. Y'all are funny. I love when you guys interact with each other too. Az is still giving me books, but I can't look them up yet. Pit bull-headed guy from Harry Potter. He snuck in your window and stole your pizza. He said he was a window washer. Az is writing a novel of his own right now. I'll just say an animal channel if you're okay with that. Sure. Yeah, that works. You won't be able to fly through the window. Get a broom. Lord Moldy Butt. What is happening? Funny says he thinks that could dim some interest without the smell. Get it? Dim sum? Dim sum? I don't know if I'm saying it right. All right. So the premise sounds good, but I don't think there's any romance, dragons. There's kind of murder-y things. There's no like it's just people doing stuff, and it might be a mystery, but I think I'm gonna pass on this one. Let me read the first sentence. Oh, it's already apologizing for the racism. Okay, I'm gonna skip that right now. Oh my gosh, they have like a, I don't know, is this based on a true story or something? Like, it kind of sounds like that. And then it has like an even closer map. What? Glossary of Toisanese phrases? What is that language? Toisanese? In the 19th and early 20th century, the vast majority of Chinese immigrants to the U.S. spoke. Okay, Taishanese. Let me see if you guys know what the heck that is. Which Wong? Which Wong is the one from the China? It's so hard to say. Moldy butt sea like a disease that needs Livonia chow mein. See, this is why I enter for book titles that I'm not going to keep. Would expect it's not orange chicken smell in the book. That's true. I don't know what my expectation was. See, but this one, depending on how murdery it gets, this one might be good for a scratch and sniff sticker. You know? Chow mein. I don't know how good Chinese food smell is going to be 20 years from now when the sticker kind of starts to decay. So maybe not. Cujo, yeah, so that, whatever you just said, it has that spelling as well. It says most Chinese immigrants spoke that, also spelled, and it's that spelling. Taishanese. Oh my gosh. Thai Chinese food fusion. Well, it says this changed dramatically in the second half of the 20th century with the arrival of Cantonese and Mandarin speakers. Oh, it's kind of sad. It says it's like a dying out language. I won't scratch the book and sniff it. No, yeah. Ooh, just the thought of scratching it makes me like my skin crawl. Funny's making a dumpling pun. Anyway, I'm gonna pass on this. I didn't even get to the first sentence yet. That was like an intro. Oh, and then it has a whole list. This is really cool if it's preserving the language and a culture that isn't in existence anymore and going back to like the beginning of that culture. So somebody's gonna love this. Okay, definitely no scratch and sniff. It says dry summer morning, 1978. technically that's the first sentence, but then the next one says, smell of squirrel piss. Lovely. Okay. I'm not going to like the tone of this book. If it's already talking about squirrel piss. Some contemporary authors are just gross for no reason. Like, you had to make that the second sentence. The book seemed a drag on a wonton? Stretching it a little far there, funny. Was that book shipped to me by Panda Express? No. Simon and Schuster, actually, right? We did the yellow one. An utterly enjoyable read. I want like an earth-shattering, like change your brain chemistry read, not just an enjoyable one. Thanks, Caleb. Love your live stream. You're a happy person. Well, I'm on camera. Sometimes I'm not. Some of you have seen me when I'm not. It's a good vibe, but thank you. You gotta go. Understandable. So yeah, so far, Decay, I've only streamed on YouTube. I don't understand Twitch, and I don't understand Discord. Do people even stream on that? I don't know. Mr. Wong is speechless. Yeah, he's not saying anything. So, interesting win, but that's going to go be donated. White one, brown one. I'm just going to randomly pick this one. Oh, Decay, you might have it on top chat instead of live chat. That always happens to me, even when I don't intend for it to, but I can see on my devices it's live chat, although, nope, on my phone it was not. I don't think it missed any, though, because I'm reading it mostly from my laptop. Yeah. Could just talk about the same thing. It's rotten fish in the book. Sounds like it's squirrel piss, which I don't really want to smell. Yeah, it might be 3 dots in the top right. Mine was a gear thing in the bottom left, though. But I'm the one streaming, so it's probably different. Yeah. Let's put a strawberry sticker, scratch and sniff in every book. That's cheating. I don't know. I'm allergic to strawberries, so no. All right. So even after these two, I've gotten 2 whole books. I've got 2 whole boxes of books that I can show you, but I still have to do my my reading prompts for this week. I'm so excited. I did say squirrel piss, yes, because this said squirrel piss in the second sentence. So I don't want to read it, and I don't want to smell it anymore. Maybe that's why it smelled a little chemically. I don't know why I just smelled it again, but yeah, I got rid of 1 book, right? I mean, it never really entered the collection, but it's going to exit the building. Caleb, I'm glad you're having fun. And like, that's how I feel at the end of every stream. I'm like, I could keep doing this for another 2 hours. You said you're not going to smell it, but then then I did. Yeah, that's me in a nutshell. Yeah, pretty much. No, the book shall not smell like a restroom. That shall be a law in the 10 Commandments. Okay, Deadpool who smells at Delta. I was just thinking about that phrase the other day. Yeah, Caleb, I've got a great set of regulars and audience that show up here. They're amazing, and you're very welcome to be here. Okay, let's just get right to it. Let's just get right to the next one. Did the rhyme, did the crime. Okay, wow, that actually worked. I'm impressed. That's a good sign. We've got another paperback. There's a paper in there, so let me pull that out off camera and just see if it's okay to show. This is from Penguin Random House. It wasn't okay to show. I just hit myself in the face. Did you see that? All right. It's one of the ingredients to reawaken Baltimore. Okay. If I quote that, am I going to remember? You've been here a lot, Caleb. Yeah. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, I'll probably end up making you mod, but you know, we'll just see how we roll here. Not okay to show naked penguin? Wait, now I have to see if there's... Aren't penguins always naked? Oh, you meant the paper. Yes, there was a naked penguin on it, whatever that means. Did I quote myself? Yes, there was a naked penguin on it. Yes, there was a naked penguin on it. Me. Boom, done. They wear business suits. All right, ready? I just see dogs. That's all I see. All them dogs. It's like cut off a little bit. They didn't cut it very well. It says a novel, advanced uncorrected proof, so don't quote me on this. Jamel White. They like cut it off. They cut the cover off too far. So if you're gonna publish this, don't do that because it's gonna drive people nuts. Silent but deadly if Mr. Paul. All right, good night, Caleb. Even if the snakes bite you, they're not a problem. So, okay, there's a very upset young man, it looks like, on here. A young Irish gangster, that's not what I see on the front, is caught in a brutal dance between desire and loyalty. What? Tony Ward is back in Dublin. After 5 years in England, where he fled after murdering a rival gang member, he returns to find that his mentor is dead and his best friend has gone straight. I don't think that means what I think it means. This is a mafia book, or gang book, which I can't believe that sentence is coming out of my mouth, but I'm not a fan of the genre. I've read a couple, to be fair, poorly written mafia romance kind of, not just romance, but like mafia thriller kind of books too, and I'm just... Oh god, this is... Hold on. It smells okay. It smells like... It smells like construction paper in a school classroom that you like get a whiff of, but you don't really want to get a whiff of. Oh, there's a bookmark in here. Riverhead Books. That's cute. Or is it a sticker? It's a sticker. It's probably like a... Yeah, it's a sticker. I mean, I'm not going to put it on something until I know what it's... Is it a store? Is it a company? I don't know. I already see some, like, dialogue in here that's, like, meant to be an Irish accent. And it's already very cringe with a lot of cursing. Now, not that that's necessarily a bad thing for me, but first thing you always notice going into a stranger's gaff is the smell. What is going on? Why are these stinky? Damp and smoky. That's... Okay, yeah, no. What is a gaff? I didn't think that was a physical object. I can't even talk. Okay, this is gonna be a pass. But someone is gonna love it because it's not even out yet, and it's a like gangster novel. Not really my thing. What does this even say on the back? That's not even a... By turns savage. What? Oh, by turn. Anyway, no, this is not a keeper. I mean, it was this the one that came from. Yeah, this was the Naked Penguin one. So like, maybe it's not. Influencer outreach, Goodreads promote. What? None of this makes sense. So we're not keeping it. Boom, 2 books gone that weren't even in the collection. Yeah, gone straight from being not straight. Like, I think they meant not in the gang, but forget about it. Yeah, I'm forgetting about it. I don't know why you can't still see the messages decay. That just kind of happens sometimes. Smells like an offer I can't refuse. Strawberries are out. Let's put kiwi or banana, like the minions would say. Oh, somebody had to go after somebody here. Ew. Yeah, thank you for deleting that. An old casino. It does have that vibe. Az is happy. Say hello to my little friend. Yeah, I think it's going to be stereotypical and probably offensive because of that. So I just don't want to do that. Yes, thank you, Cujo. I'm going to force myself to take a drink of, this is decaf coffee that's been sitting around all day, but whatever. I love opening these books so much. I really do. Having 4 of them is quite a treat, but I mean, I literally, like, look. I literally have 2 boxes waiting here to show you. And we're not going to get through them all tonight, so I'm going to have some of them next week, too. This is the last unboxing from the mail. There's still 2 more out there, and who knows how many I'll win in between. So that's amazing. Why decaf? Because it's 8 o'clock at night for me. I have major sleep problems, so that would not be good. Show the boxes again. I just realized how dirty the rim is right behind it, but I can try here to not show you the rest of it. There we go. That's all you get. Because I'm going to pull them out one by one, and we'll talk about them a bit. Why? What were you looking for? Az is quoting Deadpool stuff. Oh, did you figure it out, Decay? What is the yellow book? That's Priory of the Orange Tree. That's the chonker I held up last week. I can do that one first, because actually that box came first. See, you're already getting into it, and we haven't even started. But yeah, it's a real chonker. But I don't have to buy it. And I was thinking about reading it, and then I saw it for free. You can't ignore it. I mean, that could be a weapon, that book, so... Orange is the new yellow. All right. You guys are the best. Okay. Last one. And then I'll show you the orange brick over there. All right. I'm ready. I feel like I should like lengthen them out or something. I don't know. I usually am like trying to like have more to do during the stream, but not this one. Also a paperback. I wonder if they're not making, well, I know they're making hardback books still. There's another paper in here. Let me see if it's another Naked Penguin. Oh, it's like attached to the cover. I don't want to rip the, what is going on? St. Martin's Press Group. Okay, this is just a Dear Reader letter. It says, hey, look us up on social media. If I read it, I will. Don't say orange. Oh, God. I thought it was Moriarty. Wait, what? What do you mean, Kujo? Funny doesn't even know what it's doing here. I don't either. Just putting jokes that possibly don't land like... Oh, why'd you make me almost say that? Yeah, that's terrible. Okay, I just pulled this out and I didn't even... What does that say? Scandal of the summer. He wears orange skin when he's awake. Sorry. We shouldn't... I can't say that word, the T word, because things happen on the internet. Okay. Alexandra Vasti. Advanced reader copy, and looks like there's already some shenanigans going on the front cover of this. I'm thinking it's a romance. What do you think? It just says a novel. Uncorrected proof. So this is a very raw book. I think they were all either ARCs, which is advanced reader's copy, or uncorrected proofs. But this, it's not going to look like that when it gets published. When is this coming out? Not for quotation, so don't take me literally. June 2026. Can you see that up there? I know it's backwards, but that's the story of my life. Okay. I think this is the best smelling one so far. Yeah, it's just like a newspapery smell. Not particularly like the best ever, but it's good. Fiction, romance, historical. Hello, darling. You just gonna walk all over everything? Okay. He didn't even want to talk to us. A desperate debutante meets a ragtag smuggler in this sexy Regency romp by USA Today best-selling author Alexandra Vasti. All right, this is something that a year ago I would have been like, that sounds really dumb. But now I'm like, that could be really a fun time. So, smell is good. The back of the book is good. Yeah, thanks, funny. Just having a good time at my expense. No, I know who Moriarty is, but I didn't make the connection why you brought him up. There is a book from his point of view. I think I have it. One time deal you get for $1.89. You forget the smell of newspaper? Here. Hi, Sarda. All right, let's see what the first sentence says. I'm interested how a debutante meets a smuggler. It's giving me, there's a book about it called As You Wish. Very, very, very famous movie. Princess Bride. There we go. Jeez. You're trying to solve a murder right now? That's... Okay. Well, that's multitasking. All right. This might... Ooh. It has a content warning on it. Nothing too bad, but thank you for that, Miss Vasti. On the day Ruby Ballamore ruined her own life, she had ink stains on her gloves and was dressed like a sugared pineapple. Okay, that's what I learned about books like this, is that they can be so cute and clever and funny and entertaining. Why does she look like a sugared pineapple? She probably has a really like fancy dress on. Okay, I'm already into this. I know it sounds silly, but that's kind of the point. I've never heard of this author before. I want to read more. So I don't remember. I think maybe it was Decay asked me like how you keep your attention in reading, and sometimes reading a chapter at a time or just like sampling a sentence will grab you and pull you in. This sounds hilarious. I'm trying to skim it and see why she looks like a sugared pineapple. The dinner party had not been going well. I can relate to that. Her skirt was covered in tiny diamond-shaped flounces, each of which was pomona green. What is that? Pomona green, and featured a mirrored spangle that shot sparks of light in all directions. More green flounced up around her sleeves and neck in a design that had seemed quite regal in the illustrated plate, but on Ruby looked rather like tropical fronds. Okay. First of all, good job on that first sentence, because that made me want to read more. Yeah, I'm excited by this in a very strange way. Yeah, Moriarty was really cool, and they usually had good people like cast as him too, like in addition to just Sherlock. Good talk, bad talk. Where was I March 2nd at 9 p.m.? Probably streaming. March 2nd was a Monday. I don't know. I'm probably the murderer. Sorry, did I spoil it? No, don't. I don't even want to think in his voice funny. We're never going to get it out of our heads, are we? That's the sad part. I would like him to never appear, like, on the news again. Take that back. Except for consequences. Okay, good. Yeah, Decay was the one that brought that up. So, like, Decay, for example, like, which one of these four grabs you the most? Now, this is a very short array, but, okay, the next, I'm reading these out of order, but the next one I saw was Tim Curry was awesome in Clue, and yes, Tim Curry is amazing in everything. Princess Bride does have a good book and a good movie. I think they're both equally as good. Pomona green is like Granny Smith apple green. Let me look it up real quick. I just never heard that before. Why don't you just... The deep, rich shade of apple green. Often with a significant yellow undertone. Oh, I see. Okay. I'm used to people calling it like Kelly green, but yeah. Thank God it's not a warning. It says do not read it at midnight. The trolls on the internet are coming. Oh no. Well, I've got at least 2 mods here. Hi Azim, how are you doing? I'm glad it's sunny in Vancouver. It was sunny kind of a little bit here today. It got really warm though. It was like a really nice little hint of spring. I'm not trying it in the T voice. No. Smell you later. Smell your books later. You're leaving. No, don't leave us. Books do smell awesome. That's why I just, like, I don't even think about it most of the time. I just sniff them. Like, while I'm reading them. Okay. So, I think I'm going to get up and do the reading prompts, because if I don't get to the boxes of books, other than that one that I want to show you because you were interested, if we don't get to the boxes of books, it's not the worst thing today. Also, I kind of started a little late. So let me grab my TBR jar real quick. I always forget something. All right. I do have water over here too. Okay. What happened to the chat? It's weird that it goes quiet all of a sudden. No, stop. It's ruining it for me. Okay, so last week we did something for the very first time that I'm going to keep doing on every reading report, which is pick a prompt, a message out of here, and try to read a book that matches what it says. Last week went very, very well. I decided to pick two, not only because I have 104, which is 2 times as many weeks in a year. Did I say that right? Anyway, but also if I don't really want to do one, I can do the other one. However, this time I read both. The first prompt I picked was play or poetry. Again, sorry, it's backwards. And I finished this little book I did get for free as a Goodreads giveaway called Her Inconvenient Elegy. Some of these were very profound. Other ones were just very, very, very sad. There's a lot about people passing away. What is this? Another bookmark. How many bookmarks have I found in the course of these streams? Yeah, so I mean, I would check content warnings because a couple of them I was like, oh my god, this is really sad. I had to take points off though. I think I rated it a 3.5, which is not bad by any means. Hello. Thanks, kitty. Probably just see his tail go back and forth. Yes, I have read Hunger Games twice, like the whole series, and have seen the movies as well. He's gonna howl at the ghosts again. Please don't anymore. Okay. Inconvenient Elegy. Yeah. I guess that kind of is a sad thing. Okay, as I was gonna say, it's elegy, not eulogy. That would make sense too. Your cousin Beetlejuice. Okay, I was starting to say she had these really cool like pencil drawings in here that were very interesting. So I was looking for if she drew them herself. And it literally says in the front of the book, it discloses that they are AI. So I took some points off for that because I'm like some of these poems are like 4-star poems, but other ones are just kind of meh. And then it would have been so much better to get an illustrator or just, I mean, I understand if you're not someone who draws, but like AI, come on. Come on. Find them on Google and ask them for permission. Exactly. I was like, it is very good for a pencil drawing. Exactly. I mean, I don't know. All of the blurbs about the authors act like you're supposed to know who they are already. But the good part is I did finish the play poetry prompt, and that's cool because I wasn't sure if I'd stick with it. So I found a second jar that I'm just going to put the done ones in that actually has a cap. But this is the prompts that I haven't picked yet. I also pulled them all out and wrote down the list to kind of keep track of it. And then the next prompt was funny, which was funny because funny was in the chat. And I kept thinking about the Bill Bryson, Jerry Jarrell shelf that I had downstairs. And I forget why, but I ended up looking up the book that's been on my own but haven't read yet list the longest, and it came up with a Bill Bryson memoir that's it's called Life and Times of the Thunderbolt Kid. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. I'm listening to the audiobook. I do have the physical book, but it's downstairs in a way, and I didn't feel like going to get it. Sorry about that. But yeah, so it's hilarious. I'm listening it to audio, whatever I just said. I've only got like 4 hours left or something, and I listen on 1.5 speed, so you know it's gonna be done this week. He's just very good at like putting you in the perspective of a kid seeing things for the first time and how bizarre things come across. The Thunderbolt Kid is a superhero that he created for himself, so he could like zap people with his eyeballs, and like it would say like, and then that was the last thing he ever said because he got zapped with my eyeballs. but you know it's not real. But he's like, unfortunately, he didn't die from it or something. Like, he just gets, it's not deadpan exactly, it's just maybe dry humor. Where, like, if you were zoning out, you might not even catch that it was funny, but it's a little gross too. Okay, does anybody know what Lincoln Logs were? They were a toy that is probably beyond my generation. The perspective is extremely raw and rare. Yeah, I love watching kids discover things, but this is him thinking back on the 1950s, when he was growing up. He was born in 51, I think he said. Yes, construction toys. Cujo knows. Yeah, because you're about my age. Lincoln Logs? Lincoln like the president, only I don't think they were they spelled that way? Or were they more like a link? They might have more, there were these little logs with 2 notches in them, and you could stack them side to side, and they would like make a log cabin, basically. And we probably had some from when my parents were kids, but hi Grace, welcome back. Lincoln, okay, it is spelled like the president, thank you. So we had them growing up, and we would play with them a little bit. Bill Bryson talks about them being like one of the most useless toys ever, because like all you could really do was stack them in a pile, like with at the right angles, just like a log cabin. And so you couldn't do like much like you can with Legos and stuff, but they're just a very old toy. And he was talking about it being the most useless toy, but he talked about, okay, this is a little gross. He talked about they found out that him and his friend, as little kids, found out that you could turn them, they're like a dark wood color. They would turn white if you peed on them. And the 2 boys, and in much, typical boy fashion, they just would randomly pee on things. So they started turning the Lincoln Logs white. And he was calling them like the first ever albino Lincoln log cabin or something, which was just really funny. But he goes on to talk about how one of his teachers, and this would have been like elementary school, was trying to figure out how they were turning white. And he was like, I bet you it's lemon juice, isn't it? I bet you it's lemon juice. And he licked it. And he's like, yeah, I can tell it's lemon juice because it's very tart. And he licks it again. And I'm like, no. So he's licking these toys that these kids have peed on. And he's describing this story. And I'm like dying laughing. It's a little gross though. But it's just, that's the kind of story he's telling, where he's like, this is just what we were doing. And then we thought it was weird that this guy was like, it's so funny. I didn't know that either, Kujo. I'm not gonna try it. I don't have any. But the book is called, let me type the name of it. Actually, I'll get it from Goodreads so that it's exact. But yeah, that's one of the stories that he told, and it's just hilarious. Yeah, Thunderbolt Kid. The Life and Times of the Thunderbolt Kid. I'm just, you know what? I'm just going to put this link to it, to Goodreads, in the chat. And then you can see P-Log Lollipops. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, I guess I'll put the title as well because the link got kind of long there. But yeah, Bill Bryson, I mean, I've been talking about him being hilarious, and I've read a bunch of books by him, and I just like his sense of humor. But I'm at work, like listening to this story about being on Lincoln Logs, and I'm like dying. Just the way that he describes it. The Pete mustache. Oh, gross. It's just so. Kuja says, yeah, pretty much about the pointless thing. There was only one design, and that was it. He talks about other useless toys too. I can't remember what he said. But anyway, it's just, I was dying. I was so happy with like the discovery of that, because if not for the prompts, I wouldn't have gone and read that next, and I'm loving it. So it's working. It's working. And then so I did both prompts this week. I'm gonna finish the Bill Bryson book next week, and I get to pick 2 more, and I'm so excited, and I hope they're good, and I hope I can stay on the streak. And it's already making me branch out into different parts of my collection and reading them, so I'm so excited. Weeble Wobbles, I do remember them. Yes. It bothered me that they wouldn't fall down. I think Cujo and I might be a little older than you. Funny. But hey, you know, I don't know how old you actually are. Lincoln Logs were before our generation, even though, so I don't know. We just happened to have some older toys from my parents. Yes, exactly. Oh, wait, you said and or. So, yeah, if you push it, it would sit straight up. Yep. It was like these little plastic toys, I thought. Oh, plus you grew up in India, so that difference would exist. That makes sense, too. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there were just fads of toys. He's also talking about how, like, people didn't have, like, the appliances and stuff that we all have in our kitchens probably right now. I mean, we live in a fairly privileged country where a lot of us have those things, but he was talking about like people didn't have a car or like 2 cars, and we're so dependent on our cars nowadays. Like, and this is his lifetime. Like, it's not ancient history here. I mean, there's a lot of people that are still alive that were born then. So it was just it put me in that decade in the eyes of a child, and it's just been fantastic. So anyway, yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna rate it yet. It is a little gross, but they were, young boys. I don't know. That's, what do you expect? You remember your mom had Matryoshka dolls? I don't know what those are. My mom had something called Ginny dolls. I think it's Ginny, but I'm not sure how you spell it. And but that was way before my generation. That was like when she was growing up. But I don't recognize that name of them. Okay, should I pick? I'm excited. I did write down the prompts for last week, because eventually I'm not going to be able to just pull them out of here because we're going to have most of them over there. It's the ones where you stack different sizes. Oh, like the Russian nesting dolls? Yeah, we had those too. They should keep making those. I'm sure they're somewhere. All right, ready? Yes, okay. Cujo says yes. Let's see what we get. You never had any toys. Aww. I guess because you're a destructive child. I mean, have you changed very much? You're just destructive with words now. All right. Ta-da. Is it upside down? Pink cover. I was hoping for one of the color ones soon. Well, my colors are next door. I'm looking at, looks like there's a kid's book over there that's pink. Is there anything pink behind me? Pink's gonna be kind of a hard one, actually. And probably mostly romances. These are just my series, so. And a lot of these are in progress. This one's kind of pink. Experience and art. This is like philosophy, kind of like interpreting art. Probably not going to go in that direction with it. I have lots of pink eyeshadow. Okay, not many pink options in this room, but if I remember, maybe we can walk over there and look. The sizzling bath towel on beach with a triangle love story. Wait. The one that I put down? Or are you talking about one that I just pulled out? That one wasn't pink. This one's more orange. Oh, this one? Wait. this one was this does have pink writing, which is on the cover. Maybe. This is the family vlog one. But that's a possibility. Let me pull the other prompt, and then I'll also keep that in mind for the boxes, because maybe there's one pink in there. Pink writing should count. I think that might be what ends up happening, actually, because I was really curious about this one. And even if I like don't finish it like permanently, I'm still following the prompt, so it still takes care of that. Yeah, technically it's pink. That might be what happens. That might be where I go. All right. This is so much fun. I don't know why I didn't do this before. Oh, it's looking at me. It's looking at me. It says Europe, which is going to be fairly easy, I think, because I have a lot of books written by UK authors. However, this is something I'd have to look up. I have no idea about any of the new authors, but it shouldn't be hard at all if I go to the my spreadsheets. I list, this is how much of a nerd I am. The author, the title, the genre, the origin, so where in the world the author's from, or if it's nonfiction, like where it's based out of, when it was published, where it is in my house, the status, read or whatever, the copyright. So like this book, that's not a good example. None of these are good examples because they're out this year. So let's say I read Sherlock Holmes, which was published back in the 1800s, but it was printed yesterday, you know, that kind of thing. I put one for the audience, but I'm not, because like I couldn't remember if it was like appropriate for children or not, but I'm not really keeping up with that as much. And then super nerd, what color it is. So I guess I could also look for pink on this. I didn't even think about doing it that way. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna try this next though, because I'm about to finish my other the book that I haven't shown you yet that I'm almost done. All right, so European. I mean UK is pretty easy. I'd love to go somewhere else in Europe. Gosh, there's gonna be so much in here. A lot of classics, Jane Austen, the Brontes. I'm just kind of scrolling through a little bit. Okay. I was thinking about this book behind me called Bride, for reasons I'm about to tell you, but I think she's American. Doesn't mean I can't read other things. It's just kind of a way to look. Oh, okay. Italy. So this is like a werewolf vampire romance, I think. Ali Hazelwood is a romance writer. The girl's name is Misery, which just, but this has been on a lot of YouTube channels that I watch, in a good way. And I think the second book in this series just came out last year, so a lot of people were talking about it for that too. A vampire bride and an alpha werewolf form a dangerous alliance in this enthralling new paranormal romance. I have Italy/USA listed as her origin. Let's see. Hey, Ella! Yay, you made it! Yay, yay, yay. I haven't caught up on the chat yet, so give me a second. I just pulled a prompt to read something for Europe, meaning the book or the author is from there. And I'm trying to look for the blurb on Ali Hazelwood because I have written down that she was probably born in Italy and she's now in the US. Okay. Originally from Italy, she lived in Germany and Japan before moving to the US. Okay, I can do it. I can do it. This is not exactly the cultural take that I wanted from having that stuff, you know, the different continents listed, but it fits. So I might go here next, but I'm not sure. Let me catch up on the chat. You like spreadsheets with lots of columns? I mean, that's basically what I do for my job all day too. So if it's for me, the GPS reports. I'm gonna hope that you're quoting what's it called? Oh my god, Office Space. That's a movie that is dated, and I don't remember it as being dated. Az is going to the library on Wednesday. Awesome. Do you know what you're going to be looking for? Az likes vampires, and yes, as Misery like the movie, except it's the girl's name, which is kind of fun. Ella just got back from driving. Oh yeah, you're practicing driving and running to Target. And you love vampire stuff too. Yeah, it's Vampire Werewolf, which I hadn't read much of. But now that I have my prompts, I can go ahead and finish up telling you like what else I was reading. And this is a book I won as a Goodreads giveaway as well. And you may recognize it because of the sprayed edges. It's called Rejected. And when I opened it, I was like, I need to read this right away. I didn't, but I started it last week or something. Not only are the edges sprayed black and red, but I didn't realize that they make a wolf here. This is a shifter werewolf girl, question mark, who gets, I don't want to say abducted, but she gets captured by the devil. A devil. I mean, obviously this is a magical world. Oh, I love her vacuum too. Good. Of your own hair. Yeah, I just cleaned mine out earlier from like my long hair days. Hold on, let me make sure I'm not mixing things. It should be a movie, Misery, the blood-sucking mistress of the night. Decay is back. The phone was dead. What did you miss? I pulled the prompt pink cover, and I pulled the prompt Europe, which made me go search for an author that is from Europe, and this one counts. It's, nope, not that one. This one. Anyway, I'm loving this one. It's not smut, but there's smut in it. I don't know how to distinguish that. It's a slow burn, but like when they do have sexual content, it's smut. It's like, yeah. I think it's about to like get super smutty, but it's just very funny the way she writes it. I mean, it's very adult, but it's like just, she's very sarcastic. We're inside this girl's head, and she's trying to find out why this god or devil god or whatever he is, we don't know a whole lot about him either. He's just called the Shadow Beast. She's not sure why he takes such an interest in her, and like they're kind of working together to collect these other demonic type creatures that she accidentally brought into Earth. So he kidnaps her basically and takes her to this other world that's mostly a library. I had to look up whether it was based on Beauty and the Beast, because I was like, wait a minute. She kidnaps, like, this big beast dude, literally called Shadow Beast, kidnaps this girl and keeps her in a library. Like, I don't know. It's really fun, though. It's a great time. The writing is fine for what it is. It's not going to be a classic, okay, but who knows? I don't know. But I'm loving it. And I'm really into the, like, werewolfy part of it, the shifter part of it. And I think this is going to be in the same vein, so it would be great to go from one to the next. And it fits the prompts, so I think that's basically going to happen. And then the pink one, I'm pretty sure I'm going to actually try this one. As you suggested, I didn't even, like, think of it originally. Yeah, that is a cool book cover. It's very adult, but I'm having a great time with it. Like Legend, the movie. Oh, okay. Xavier's in his bed in the closet up here. Sleeping with the lady vampire. What? Az has these very long messages that are hard to follow sometimes. Also, this one smells amazing. I like, yeah, I sniff it constantly while I'm reading it. It's like distracting. Yeah, so 4 books unboxed, and then I'm reading this. I finished this for my prompt last week. And I'm reading an audiobook that fits the other prompt from last week. So I'm going to try to keep doing both here. That's kind of exciting. I'll have to log those into the checklist thing. I don't know if Funny's still here. I just thought of something he said. I don't know. Is Cujo still here? Because weren't you the one that was asking me about this other book? Okay. So I managed to do a little bit of a social thing and saw Ella this week or last weekend. But I got some free books while we were hanging out. So garlic bread is tasty. Yes. And Az is excited about pizza. Garlic pizza is good too. All right, so I got just a few free books. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them all, but the beauty of free books is that you can always put them back. The Big Yellow Chunker book, yes. So, it's technically orange, but who knows what color the camera is making it. It's called The Priory of the Orange Tree, and as you can probably tell by the cover, it's dragony, and it's like a romantasy, I think. I've heard really good things about it, and then I did see this in a bookstore, and I was like, holy crap, would I even be able to lift this up? Like, it's so big. That's what she said. But, like, I was really looking hard at, like, maybe an audiobook for this one. Now I know that fantasy has been difficult for me on audiobook. But I don't have to buy it if I do want to try this. So I'm glad that I found it. It's just gonna bust apart. Like, this is something that you need a pocket paperback for, but they're apparently not making them anymore. But yeah, The Priory of the Orange Tree. I'm definitely holding on to this for now. How am I gonna fit this anywhere, though? I think it might go in this room. I don't know. Oh, that's where we got that from. Your eyes must have mixed up Priory with Moriarty. Finally, it makes sense. I had no idea where that came from. Or the Happy Birthday Mike thing, but that was really funny. Not the Mike that we know, Ella. There was another screen name guy. You're due for an eye exam. I mean, how often do you have to read backwards? And I think you saw it for like 2 seconds. I don't know. Yeah, okay, wait a minute. Somebody said something about a turtle. You gotta get started writing books. Go and hop to it like the Easter Bunny and take my time, slow as a turtle. Rabbit in the hair. No, turtle in the hair. Tortoise in the hair? I should know this. What am I even saying right now? Anyway, this is not Moriarty. Maybe he makes an appearance. I don't know. It says the House of Berethnet has ruled Innis for 1,000 years. Okay, yeah, I definitely have to try this in print. This will be like, if I've already hit my Goodreads goal, which I'm about to, actually. If I don't need to, like, speed through books in a month, I can just try this maybe later in the year. Or if I keep hearing more about it, and I'm like, I really need to try this, then I'll just will. Queen Sabran IX must conceive a daughter to protect her realm from destruction, but assassins are getting closer to her door. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of names that I don't know here, but this is a big one. I don't know if I think it is a series, actually, now that I think about it. All the romanticides that I haven't read are starting to mix together, and there's 2 new ACOTAR books coming out. One of them in October, and then the next one like January of next year, I think. Those are the ones that got me into romantasy. These guys. I read this entire series in a blink, and most of them are longer than this one. There's only 5 right now, but the 6th and 7th one, I know, 6, 7, are coming out. And I don't think I'm going to reread this series before they come out, but apparently there's a tie-in with one of her other series that I didn't like as much. So I'm going to have to figure out if I want to finish that series, and I still haven't finished her Throne of Glass series down here. So I kind of want to have finished everything she wrote before I go back to this. And those are big books. They're not this big. And surprisingly, this is only 800 and something pages, because I did look. Yeah, there's a glossary. So, you know, it's going to be high fantasy stuff. Yeah. Wait a minute. I could start with movies. Yeah, you should totally. You got to go in 20 minutes. Oh, I'm sorry, Decay. Thank you for popping in, though. They said the forbidden number. They shall be sentenced to the dungeons. Ow. I know, it's almost as taboo as the T word we were not mentioning earlier. But I think it's a romantic series. Yeah, I'm just not exactly sure. Yeah, there's a dragon rider in it. It sounds like it's complicated. It looks like it's going to be complicated. You want a new Martin-esque series. It might be it. I don't know that it's going to be as grim, maybe, but maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'd look it up on Goodreads, but I shouldn't right now because I should keep it moving. No, not the dungeons. Oh, Indom's back. Indom's announcement was that he got 1,000 subscribers today. Yay! Not today, recently. But yay, that's amazing. You have this book too, Ella? You're stuck on what to do? What are the options? Throne of Glass starts as young adult and then kind of gets, it's pretty violent, but it kind of gets more and more violent. And then by book 5, it's very much adult. There's I would call it spice, not smut, because it does have a point. Oh, you have it too. Is it as huge as this one? My goodness. You can't figure out what zoom to do. Still trying to read Utopia. Wait, like the classic, like probably very difficult to read Utopia? Was that Thomas More? I'm already on Goodreads. Maybe I'll look this up and find out more about it for you. Yeah, Thomas More. Priory of... It is a series. It's called the Roots of Chaos series. Fantasy, fiction, LGBTQ. Dragons, romance, adult, high fantasy, magic. Oh, that's my alarm telling me to go to bed. I do what I want. So yeah. I don't know if it's Game of Thrones like, but possibly. Okay, let me just keep going. This is definitely staying until I get sick of how big it is. That's what she said. Anyway, so going back to this box, I think I talked to you about this one last week as well. I might as well pull this one out. So Frank Herbert wrote Dune and everything, almost everything Dune adjacent. I didn't know he had another set of books or anything. The Green Brain, and it says it's a masterpiece of ecological horror written by Frank Herbert. Like, yes. The Green Brain, Herbert's first novel after Dune, strikes closer to home. It is set in the not far distant future. Oh, I wonder when. And on an Earth totally planned and controlled, where every form of life is at last under man's domination, even the insects, until nature decides to take revenge. I'm excited. Am I going to get to this year? Probably not, but I don't know. It might be a fairly quick read. I'm just interested to read something that, like, isn't Dune from him, that I didn't even know was there. Why is a light motion glitching? Oh, that's the worst when your editor isn't working. No mention about Lord Moldy Butt. Yeah, that is a good name for him. I'm sorry, and yeah, I've had that happen before. I use OpenShot, which is there's probably better ones out there, but and it just like won't load or won't export or something, and you're like, I have very limited time to get this done. I would really like to get there. Okay. Other ones, how long have I been on here? An hour and a half. It's freezing, yeah. If I could afford it, I'd probably need a new laptop to like load these programs, but that's really frustrating. I don't know if you can do it in another program until that one like works. I'm gonna actually grab the top book off of the second box of books that I brought home. This is called Piranesi. I've heard about this all over the internet too. From what I understand, it's a guy that lives in a house that's alive. And it's kind of quirky and fun. Piranesi lives in the house, capital H. Perhaps he always has. Then messages begin to appear, scratched out in chalk on the pavements. There is someone new in the house, but who are they and what do they want? I think there's some kind of like statues coming to life or something. I thought that was Piranesi on the cover, but apparently it's not. But I've heard this is very good, and I found it, so I have it now. So I was excited about that one. When these can come off of my want to read list, that's helping me still, because I don't have to buy them. I don't have to like have them sitting there on the list anymore. You know, one of your editor friends online got his edit completely corrupted. Ugh. So I've had the footage do that. Like I upload an hour that I just recorded and it's glitchy and I can't even use it. It's the worst. Yeah. It's very frustrating. YouTuber problems. Is that what I'm calling myself now? I don't know. Okay, I'm going to leave Akatar out because someone wants to read it at work tomorrow. All right, somebody up here pooped, and the options are mostly the snake. I hope, unless the cat did. I smell something not so great, and the snake just ate, so that makes sense, but I'm kind of like, what's going on? This one's going back because I already had it. Got another Michael Crichton book that I hadn't heard of before. Eaters of the Dead. Michael Crichton wrote Jurassic Park. He's just an easy author to read. You just kind of fly through his books. So the year is AD 922. A refined Arab courtier, did I say that right? Representative of the powerful Caliph of Baghdad, encounters a party of Viking warriors who are journeying to the barbaric north. This is going to blend Middle Eastern culture with Viking culture. Hello? Yes. Thank you very much. Oh, they turned this into a movie? It wouldn't be as bad for me. Well, when I used to actually edit things. But you do, yeah, you definitely do more complicated edits than I do. No, it takes hours. It doesn't take 30 minutes. That's why I stopped doing it. They turned Eaters of the Dead into a movie called 13th Warrior. Cool. I mean, they did that with a lot of Crichton books. Yeah, I've been there with the hours. I mean, it doesn't take like, I mean, it can take days if I don't focus on it, but yeah. You use CapCut, which makes you jealous because you have to be premium to use good effects. Yeah, that's common. A light motion is better, to be honest. Okay. Yeah, you do a lot more cuts and like fast edits than I do. Mostly I'm just talking, but I do have to edit a lot. Especially with the Falconry meet. So I don't know, like I was at a Falconry meet yesterday and I don't know when that's gonna be like on the channel because it's a million little clips. But that's exciting that it's a movie too. So maybe I'll see the movie and then wanna read it. Let me pull something else from here. And I got this for you. Not for you, but like because it made me think of you. It's called Anonymous Rex. And it's a detective story. And I think the dinosaur is the detective. And I found it for free and I'm like, oh my god, this sounds so good. Like I pulled it because it was a spoof on the, T-Rex thing, but like it says a detective thriller featuring a velociraptor private investigator and a secret society of dinosaurs disguised as humans. And it's awesomely funny, it says. Yeah. Hello. Like, I'm so pleased that it's not just complete garbage. I mean, maybe it is garbage and I don't know, but it actually sounded like something I'd want to read. Detective Rex, exactly. I'm not gonna ship it to Indom because addresses and stuff on the internet, but still, I was like, Anonymous Rex, that's so funny. And then I didn't know that the dinosaurs were the detectives. I saw that it was a detective, like, thriller. It says mystery on the side. And I was like, okay, I gotta at least pull it and show it on the stream. So yeah, Anonymous Rex. This is definitely staying. Like, I definitely want to read that. I'm probably gonna stare at it for the next 5 years and then declutter it, but I showed it to you. That was on the list of things to do. I found another Margaret Atwood novel called The Penelopiad. I don't know how to say it. Margaret Atwood is responsible for The Handmaid's Tale, and I'm basically trying to get everything she wrote, although it says on the back she's the author of more than 40 books of fiction, poetry, and critical essays. Oh no. It says, Penelope, immortalized in legend and myth as the devoted wife of the glorious Odysseus, silently weaving and unpicking and weaving again as she waits for her husband's return. Oh, I didn't realize it was related to the Odyssey. Or the legend of Odysseus. Cool. Her writing is just always stunning, so yeah, that's gonna stay. Plus, it's kind of not that thick, so it'll be all right. Okay, I got these because, okay. So, these are American Girl stories, which I read as a kid, and Felicity she was like the newer doll. Like, there's dolls too that are very expensive. She was like the newer person. Now there's, I don't know, like 8 of them or something, but it's a girls that are growing up in different parts of history. Now they have like different races and cultures and stuff. But when I grew up, there was 3 people, 3 girls, and then Felicity came out, and her first story has a horse in it. So of course I was in love with her the most. And I found some of the books, and I took them. It's books 3, 4, 5, and 6. I've only read, I don't remember which, I probably read all of these, but I just saw them all together, and that's exciting, so I just grabbed them. I think I found the first one as well. I'll have to look. I might have some of these already. I can't remember if I found them in the boxes that they were packed in, so that weren't at my house. So I might have some already, and I'll just send them back in. Okay. I'm getting tired, which is a good thing. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this out of the new box as well. This is called The Blade Itself by Joe Abercrombie, I don't know. I keep hearing about him as like a Oh, there we go. There's a quote from George R. R. Martin on the top. It says, Joe Abercrombie is terrific. I don't know if that tells you much, but sometimes guy authors have more guy like books. I don't know, like more masculine kind of stories. Not that that matters at all, but like just, I don't know, something I noticed. But he has a ton, and I've heard a lot of people on YouTube talking about him, and it was kind of like, I don't know where to start. And then I think there was a set of 3 of these, and I just brought home the first one because I don't know if I'm going to like this author. I forget if he was the one that was kind of compared to Stephen King. I think this is also way more famous than I realized. Are people still here? It says 5. But I haven't seen any comments come through in a while, so I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. The blade itself, it doesn't say on the back what it's about. It's just praise for the author, so let me see. Logan Ninefingers, fantastic. Infamous barbarian has finally run out of luck, caught in one feud too many. He's on the verge of becoming a dead barbarian, leaving nothing behind him but bad songs, dead friends, and a lot of happy enemies. Why did I want to read this? I mean, it's probably going to change a lot. Okay, it says, yeah, fantasy, epic fantasy, fantasy, dark fantasy, adult. So this might be more Game of Thrones like, actually, or maybe just this author. Yay, Decay is here. Okay. That's fine. I just, like if you don't want to comment, that's totally fine. I just sometimes lose you guys, so I want to make sure. This book is kind of in bad shape, though. Ooh, it's got like a big mark on it, too. Oh, God. It smells perfumey, and it's kind of big, but it was on my list. Stuff like this, I also might just try a chapter, and if I don't like the author, I'll just move on. But I think this is gonna have to be in print because of all of the different names and stuff. Is that really him? Wow, he looks like a movie star. Looks like there's gonna be a lot of characters in this. But yeah, something different. New author. You sniffed it as soon as I was gonna ask what it smelled like. I thought it might smell a bit musty because it's a little like curly on the bottom and stuff. Oh, but no, somebody definitely like sprayed something on this. Maybe it did smell musty, and then they spelled it. It smells like grandmother's perfume, like floral. I mean, it's not the worst. What the hell? Half of this page is... What is going on here? This page is just very thick, and there's like, it's pink. I don't know if this is going to be for me, to be honest. This seems a bit... What's the word I'm looking for? Like, kind of brutal, but like not in an interesting way. No, it's not baby powder. It's like floral. It's like you can't even, not rose, but just flowers, or like potpourri. I don't know. I've been meaning to read this author for a while, so hopefully I'll get to it. I don't think this is an author that I... Brash, yeah, maybe. Just kind of like, yeah, Brash works. This is a romance. Just got it on site. It's called Tourist Trap. I think I thought it was on my list, but I bet you it isn't. It sounded familiar, but I don't even know what it's about. Tourist Trap by Emma Harrison? Why is it not even coming up? There's one by a Morgan Elizabeth. Maybe it's a different name? Okay, I don't think this is it. Oh, this is why I took it. Entry name, Cassandra Grace. Event, horseback riding, jumping. Animal name, Lola, best horse in the world. Okay. I gotta find this on here because I want to know if I should keep it or not, but it says, is he a summer fling or the real thing? How does that tie into a horseback riding competition? Oh, Logan Lake County Fair? What is going on? I don't understand. Okay, here it is. Why didn't that come up? Published 2006. Oh, young adult romance. Okay. If it didn't have the horses, I'd be like, never mind. So it's definitely not going to be spicy, but that's not necessarily bad. If it's nostalgic, you know. I don't know though. I mean, I don't have to decide right now, but I'm kind of thinking I should probably just bring this back. I can feel we're kind of all running out of steam here a little bit. Horsey. And it's approaching 2 hours. There's a couple that I wanted to talk about like right away, and I'm trying to kind of look for them. This might have been something. I think I mentioned these in another stream. I do need another bookshelf, and I think I'm actually going to get one. I think I'm going to get one of the tall, narrow ones for the bedroom over there. I've pretty much decided I just need to be able to afford it. I found these gorgeous looking dragon themed books. Have we gotten the Flybrary yet? What do you mean gotten it? I mean, you're kind of looking at part of it here. I have done a full book tour, but it was live a while ago now. And I've been moving them around and decluttering them a lot. And the only one that I haven't gone through on camera yet is this room. And there's a lot of books in here. But this is called the Dragonlance Chronicles. One of you recommended these to me, and I think it was Az. It might have been Mike. And I think I might have already asked you guys this too. But I found the first 3 of them. This is what I mean by like Flyberry with coffee bar and water fountain. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. Which reminds me, I should take a sip of that. I hope there's not caffeine in it, or we're going to be going a while. I get so excited to stream about like 1 in the afternoon, and then I'm like, and I'm still excited to stream, but I'm like, okay, I want to do some like real life things first, and then I get, I'm like worn out by the time I get here. But these, somebody kept asking me about, and then I saw that it said dragons on the outside, and I looked at them closer, and I'm like, oh, this is the one that people were telling me about. So I think this is also high fantasy. They're based on seasons a little bit. The first one is autumn. Second one mentions winter. The third one, assuming the fourth one mentions, uh-oh, what just happened? It just like reset on me. Is my battery dying maybe? No, it's at 46%. It just reset on me. But anyway, I found them, and now I can take them off my list, and Az can give me more dragon books to try and get, or anybody can. Okay. So I've got quite a stack. I think I can condense the boxes into one, but I still gotta do something with this stack. Yeah, what is everybody currently reading? Tell me. Tell me. I'm going to just look through here and see if there's anything I was itching to get out and talk about. There were 2 smutty books that I found. I'll talk about later. Oh my gosh, all of these. All of these. Wait, was there another one of those? Yes, there was. Okay. You're reading a Dick Tracy collection? That's so fun! I have one of those. I have no idea which one it is. And Dick Hay's reading The Hunger Games. Is that why you asked about it then? Which one are you on? You guys are always welcome to tell me what you're reading. Like, I guess I don't specifically ask often, but please tell me. Like, it just goes without saying. So is Dick Tracy, is it like a collection of novels or is it a collection of stories in one book? Yay, that's so exciting. Okay, I was going to stick to this one box, but now I kind of want to look. Oh yeah. I will go through these on camera. I'm just trying to see if I want to get to any of them right now. Yeah, some of these I definitely am going to have to research a little bit more because I just kind of grabbed them. Oh, I heard, okay. Oh, I found it. Here's the first one. The plan is to read things like this real quick for like a nostalgic read. Is that going to happen? I don't know. Technically, I've already read these, but sometimes you want to go on a trip down memory lane. Collection of the stories, comics that appeared in the newspapers. Oh, okay. I thought it was a comic book, I guess, instead of just, not just, but instead of a, like, newspaper comic. All right, I'm going to put this one, no, I'm not going to put this one back. I'm going to leave these 2 prompt ones out. Where? I don't know. There's literally books all around me right now. Your ex-girlfriend got you into reading old Sunday comic strip collections. That's awesome. Yeah, we had some Calvin and Hobbes collections around the house for a bit here. Those weren't mine, though. Was this? No. I'm sorry, I'm doing this without you guys. I'm just kind of trying to get my wits together here. Yeah, there's a bunch in this box that I was like, I think I recognize that, but I'm not actually sure if it's what I meant to grab. Okay. All right, I'm gonna do a few more, and then I should probably go because I'm starting to feel like woo, and it's later than I usually go. Far Side, Family Circus, Garfield. Oh, Garfield is so nostalgic for me. That's fantastic. Far Side is probably hysterical. I think I have some Peanuts collections too. Those were big in my family growing up. I don't know what to say about these. Just okay. I have 5 pulled out. Oh, okay. This one's called Bunny, and I've heard about this one all over the place. But is this okay? Yeah. So it's about. So it says on the bottom 13 ways of looking at a fat girl, but oh, down the rabbit hole. I love me an Alice in Wonderland like inspired story. Oh, it's the same author. That's not what it's about. That was the same author of somebody, Mona Awad. wrote 13 Ways of Looking at a Fat Girl. I don't know. This is about like a clique of girls who they all call each other Bunny, kind of like in Clueless, where there's like the different cliques of people, and the rich girls. Whoa, no, what did I say, Cujo? I've been reading Hunger Games for a week, but I keep getting distracted, so I'll try your tips. Yeah, I would also, since now I know it's Hunger Games, just keep going, because you're probably going to hit a moment where you're like all of a sudden you're through it. The third one is probably, it's kind of different from the first two. The first two are probably going to be quick reads, but you have to hit like that spot where you get sucked in. So I don't know where you're at in it, but yeah, keep going. Keep going. Peanuts is your all-time favorite. Yeah, it's got a special place in my heart for sure. Oh, that's what he said? Does it say she said on my phone? On that? No, it says that. Decay, after you're done with the Hunger Games series, watch Battle Royale. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Sorry, I'm like uncomfortable right now too, so I'm trying to get situated here. Yeah, I've heard a lot about this one. I might try this one in audio, but this is an arc of Bunny, and I didn't win it from Goodreads. Somebody else got it somehow and then ended up donating it, and now I have it. So I'll see what this sounds like. It sounds like it's going to be very adult, but I don't know. I don't know much about what to expect other than like a vague Clueless vibe. So that one was, it just was very, very popular. Oh, 13 was, that's awful. It's funny though. It's funny. Now I'm going to think that for every title. Oh no. Okay. This one's called Yellowface. If I get the yellow prompt, I know what I'm going to go for. Mostly I got this because the author, R.F. Kuang, is all over the internet right now, and she has some like really highly recommended fantasy, I think. I don't know if that's what this is. White lies, dark humor, deadly consequences. I mostly just want to try this author. There's a whole bunch. I think she just came out with one called Catabasis. That's like a Greek myth retelling of like going through hell to get your true love. So I want to see what her writing is like. I haven't heard as good things about this one as some of her others, but I was just so psyched to see an R.F. Kuang book there that I just grabbed it. And I think it was one that I'm like, that sounds interesting, but I don't know if I'm totally into it. Although they're making it look good on the back of the book. Addictive and slightly sickening. Uh-oh. Like, like peeing on Lincoln Logs. Like reading transcripts of someone else's catty group chat or watching Succession, which I haven't seen. Wickedly funny. Okay. At once a brilliant satire that mixes horror and humor. Oh boy. Should we read the first sentence of this one? Because I'm just really curious. Oh no, the night I watch Athena Liu die, we're celebrating her TV deal with Netflix. Okay, so it's a modern, contemporary story. No idea if there's any magical realism or not, but it's supposed to be funny. Oh, so this girl dies, and then the narrator pretends that the book that she's publishing is hers. This is going to be more like literary fiction than some of the crap that I've been reading. I just really want to, I really want to, the pile is falling over. It's so tall over there. I really want to try that author. So that's exciting. I think this one I'm going to wait. These two I might wait on too. All right. I might just try to finish up here and get offline. Oh, plagiarism. Yeah, technically that is what it's called. Addictive and slightly sickening. You talking about Mims. Hi, Pilato. See, something in the universe, as soon as I start thinking that I'm going to get offline, people start joining. For the Netflix deal. Yeah, it sounds like it. How are you doing, Pilato? Pilato is often on Mike is Making Stuff's channel that I'm also often on, I guess. So he's talking about Mike. What was I just gonna look up for the Netflix deal? Let me read the second sentence, I guess. No ending stream. The stream must continue. I know I kind of do get a second wind, but I feel like, I don't know, are you guys like interested in hearing about more? Because I'm looking up and I'm like, actually, I'm gonna have to look that up before I know what to say about it, you know? Which I can do on the stream, but I'm a little, gosh, I don't like the way I look in the camera. Your daughter's still in a ventilator here in the PICU. I'm so sorry. Is that pediatric? It's not the baby one, right? That's NICU. Yeah. You still want to go? Okay, Decay wants to keep going. Cujo remembers Pilato too. And Pilato's got a child in the hospital right now, and we're all okay, whoa. Cujo said Pilato, and that's what showed up on my laptop. On my phone, it says that it translated it, and it says naked and a heart. It translated Pilato to naked? Pilato, what kind of channel are you running over there? Pediatric intensive care unit. Yeah, she's 16. Okay. Translated it to naked. Google, you're not doing your job. Every time you guys put letters together or like bald naked, oh, it can mean that. I think I looked up that it did mean bald because we were talking about the picture of the author. I just heard something downstairs, and that's not supposed to be happening. We were talking about the author on the Goodreads thing. I know, why did it translate? I guess Pilato is not an English word, so my phone just translated it. Like, what the hell? It can't translate context. Very good point. Yes. Very good point. I was going to read the second sentence. Oh, it says, off the bat, for this story to make sense, you should know two things about Athena. First, she has everything. A multi-book deal straight out of college at a major publishing house, an MFA from the one writing workshop everyone's heard of, a resume of prestigious art residencies, and a history of award nominations longer than my grocery list. Second, perhaps as a consequence of the first, she has almost no friends. So I guess this is kind of an imposter story where she's like pretending to be the author of something else that just got a deal. Google is freaky today. I know, but Cujo was showing support. The word you loaned for... Okay, so it didn't translate that word, Pilato, on my phone. It didn't translate the word for naked. Maybe because you put it in quotes? This is so weird. Yeah, Cujo was like greeting you. At some point, you guys are just going to hear these books fall over. Oh, goodness. Okay. I want to see if anybody's heard of these. These are by Michael Moorcock. These were other fantasy books that got my attention. Wasn't there a third? So this is book 2 and 3. I must have heard of these. The Weird of the White Wolf, The Sailor on the Seas of Fate. I think I just heard of Michael Moorcock. I can't remember what else he wrote, but I grabbed this for the author. I think it's another... Let me look, because we're just chilling here. So I guess pull out, you said you're like waiting in the hospital with her again. Well, I hope she's moving in the right direction and they'll be able to get her better. Okay, you might have mentioned it to me. Okay. It's great when people greet you with naked. Hey, naked. Wait a minute. That's a good way to get yourself banned from YouTube. Way back in one of my streams last year. Oh my gosh, I've been doing this for... No, not over a year. I think I started last... You were one of the original regulars too. You and Indom, I think. I'll have to see when I kind of started. She's improving. Okay, good. That's great to hear. Elric of what? They're projecting extubation for Wednesday. Okay. Yeah, wasn't tomorrow going to be a step forward or something? Okay, yeah, that's what... So I have on my Goodreads that I want to read The Ruby Throne, which is the series that you're talking about, and then Stormbringer. I can actually take Stormbringer off because it's book 2. But I think I wanted to read this author because he's like a classic author, isn't he? But this one is part of... Oh, wait, maybe it's a standalone. It doesn't say that it's... Oh, no, that's Tales of the White Wolf. Not the same thing. Elric 2, the Elric Saga. Why don't I have that one marked? I wasn't familiar with this author, but I guess I remembered the name and just grabbed these. Sometimes I check Goodreads on my phone while I'm there, but other times I just kind of grab it. Stormbringer, the name of Elric's sword. That sounds very familiar. Stormbringer, the name... Oh, that's the second one. Yeah. Why aren't these coming up? So the book 3 of the Elric Saga. And this is book 2. But that's not the same title. This happens sometimes when things are published in one country versus another. So I wonder if I have... This is The Weird of the White Wolf is the third one. But I also have book 2, The Sailor on the Seas of Fate. But that's not... It says Stormbringer for book 2 on Goodreads. So what is going on here? Storebringer? That says. Crystal Books is what you're reading? Stephanie King? Needful Things? Your favorite movie. Okay. They switched ventilation modes on Friday. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, so you thought it was tomorrow, but it's Wednesday. Well, whatever she needs. You love the classic horror movies? So I haven't been much of a horror person, but I think I'm gonna like the books if they're not too gross in that genre. I can handle disturbing more than disgusting. Travel Channel. Hi, Kamra. Old arcade games are the best. Yeah, old arcade games are the best. Sounds like a Native American Indian name. White Wolf. Possibly. It sounds very Nordic to me. What's it called? Those 3 countries up north over there. Scandinavian. Let me click on the Oh, maybe these are editions of the... I don't know what's going on with these books, but it looks like there's a... Is there a translator or an editor? This would fit the Europe prompt as well, because he's from the UK. I'll have to figure out what I actually have here. Oh wait, this says, I think those other names were edited by someone else because it didn't have his name listed. But over here, so I'm missing the first one, but it does say the Sailor on the Seas of Fate is the second one, and the Weird of the White Wolf is the third one. So that's good. I'm on the right track here. I'll have to decide, or maybe you can help me decide, if I should just start book 2 and see if I like the author, or if that's going to spoil something important. Pilato says you didn't think you were a horror person, but everyone who sees me says you are. I think you're joking, but I think I have the kind of personality that people would think I'm into horror books. Because I'm into true crime, but I don't know. Have you read any of the Alex Rider series books? No, like Stormbreaker. Here it is. Anthony Horowitz. Why does that sound so familiar? Okay, so this looks like it says a young adult thriller. Ooh, they say his uncle was killed in a car accident, but there were bullet holes. That's cool. No, I haven't heard of that one. Anthony Horowitz, have I read anything? No, I have not. That sounds so familiar though. I've probably seen his name on the shelf or something. You prefer fake crime? Fair. Yeah, it's a little much for a lot of people. As says, it's long, it's not a bad movie. It's not bad movie month. Oh, you like the B-rated? Yeah. That's a very niche thing. Like, I know a lot of people who like that are like really into it. Speaking of horror, you ordered Jacob's Ladder Blu-ray. Heard the movie was like Silent Hill. I have no idea. You've never heard of a Viking called White Wolf before? Maybe we have now? I don't know. He's from the UK, but the Elric, I don't know. And the way that it's written, the title of the first one, these are very short. I could probably, yeah, these are under 150 pages. Could probably knock these out pretty quick. But is it going to spoil something if I just jump into the second one? Don't know. Oh, you totally forgot to look for Mary Roach or Harold Schechter books when you went to the bookstore last week. You were selling stuff. What were you selling, if you don't mind me asking? Have I ever heard of Jake and the Fat Man, the TV show? That sounds familiar, but I haven't seen a lot of TV shows that I probably should have seen by now. It's only, oh my god, it's 2 hours and 20 minutes. Last time I looked, funny, it was like not 2 hours yet. Yeah, there's my second one. I was trying to wrap up, but then everybody told me to keep going and said, and Decay, I blame this on, said he wanted to see more books, or she. So I was like, okay, and now I'm still here. And now 30 minutes has gone by and I don't know what happened. So I definitely do have to go because I'm probably going to be an hour later to work in the morning, which is not great. But the good news is it'll be light an hour later, so I can still feed the bird. Oops, yep. Look what you've done. Bonk? Oh, I forgot about Bonk. I did want to get Bonk. Hush, which one is that? And Grunt, I think I just decluttered because the military thing was starting to be triggering for me. But Mary Roach, Hush. Wait, did I just remember it wrong already? I don't see one. Did I spell her name wrong? Good thing about her is she has such a unique name that people almost immediately know what you're talking about. I read Stiff and Packing for Mars, and then I have Spook. But Yeah, I have bonk as want to read. So, for those who don't know, Mary Roach writes about strange things in a scientific way. So like Stiff is completely about dead bodies, which welcome to the channel. Packing for Mars, the subtitle is The Curious Science of Life in the Void, and it's like just weird things about space you don't usually hear about, like how do you go to the bathroom in zero gravity. Spook is about the afterlife, and what scientific stuff is known about that so far. Bonk is about bonkin. I don't see Hush here. Did you mean Gulp, maybe? You were selling books, video games, decorative knives, movies, and a few graphic novels. Cool. Yeah, and she definitely writes very engaging. Yeah. And it's just so weirdly fascinating that you're like, you can't stop listening. Although I almost had to with the with this dead body farm. that was a lot. Fuzz, not Hush. Fuzz is about when nature breaks the law. Ooh. What's to be done about literally what breaks the law? What's to be done about a jaywalking moose, a bear caught breaking and entering, a murderous tree? 300 years ago, animals that broke the law would be assigned legal representation and put on trial. I definitely want to read this. Oh my gosh, this is fantastic. I mean, if I see anything Mary Roach, I'm pretty much going to pick it up, unless I have it already. I'm probably out of date on what she has. But that sounds amazing. Yeah. Animal crimes. That's fantastic. I wish there was a safer way to like mail things to people on the that you know on the internet. I totally could have sent you Grunt if you wanted it, and in on the anonymous Rex thing. My goodness. All right. Yeah, if I knew what was good for me, I'd probably get going. I'm gonna finish this week, I'm sure. I'm probably gonna go right into Bride by Ali Hazelwood, which fits my Europe prompt. The other prompts I got was a pink cover, and this one that I just unboxed earlier on the stream has pink writing very prominently. So, and it's a novel, but it's about like a family vlog situation. It's so weird to me, like growing up in the 80s and 90s reading classics and then like having family vlogs in a book nowadays. I'm just like, wow, like of course they're going to show up in the books that, you know, but still. Detective Rex. I kind of want to read that just to like share it with you guys. I mean, it's probably not written very well, but it just sounds like such a funny premise. I don't know if Pilato, if you're still here, but where is it? You would get a kick out of this probably. Where did it go? Did it fall over? It did fall over. Come here. No, come back. Okay, there's a detective book where the dinosaurs are the detectives, and it's called Anonymous Rex. And it's like I don't know if it's an adult, but it's like it's not like a kid's book. It's like a mystery about a dinosaur detective agency, and I'm like, hell yes. One of my regulars is very into dinosaur stuff, so growing up we couldn't cheat on tests with cell phones. Exactly. We'd have to hide a paper in the desk or something with the answers. Don't do that, kids. Yeah. It's weird to even have cell phones in books. And it was weird for me when I found out there was fiction being written about 9/11. One of the best books I've ever read, called Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close, is yeah, a kid that lost his father on 9/11 is trying to like solve a mystery, but it's like it ends up leading back to that. I don't know. It's so good. I hope it's good because Indom would be disappointed if it wasn't. Yeah, I think so. Oh my gosh. But in the process of trying to pull that out, now I just have a pile of books over here. So I gotta clean this up. These are just the ones that I showed you. I still have, like, this box is mostly empty, but I still have books over here. So, like, I get to move one box out of here before next week. Now you're crooked, but whatever. But not only do I have to still end the live stream, I have to clean up before I go to bed. That's the only bad thing about it popping back to being daylight for so long, is that I get totally off track with my schedule. Sleep and forget the books. Yeah. Oh, Kuju says, speaking of 9/11, you were reading something yesterday about the lady waving for help. I know exactly who you're talking about. Oh, Edna Cintron. They know who she is now. I watched a thing about the guy who jumped, that they were trying to find his identity. Tell me where you found it if you remember, because that was like the first major news event that like hit me, like just stopped me in my tracks kind of thing, because I was in college, like 20 exactly, I think. And like I remember some major news stories when I was a kid. Like I remember Princess Diana's car accident and like some other stuff, but that one was the first one that like just, I mean, it did that for a lot of people, but yeah, I can't imagine how she felt. So chaotic. I know every September I watched like these documentaries about people that were in it when it fell, and people that made 911 calls, and 911 calls from the airplanes. I don't know why I do this to myself, but I think it's like when Titanic came out and we kept rewatching it, and I think part of you is just hoping for a different ending. But you know how it's going to end, and it's going to be awful. You remember her? Yeah, I remember her too. You said Edna Cintron? Okay. Yeah, on that note. Oh, jeez. Okay, so our quotes for today were, "Don't judge the cover by the smell," from Caleb. "I'd imagine squirrel piss is one of the ingredients to reawaken Voldemort," that Funny said. And I said, yes, there was a naked penguin on it. And I'm sure there were other good ones. I think Az probably had a couple good ones that I missed here. Yes, same, Decay. It scares you how people can make jokes about 9/11. No, Cujo, it's fine. I think I brought it up, actually, because I was talking about modern stuff in books, and like 9/11 isn't even modern anymore. That's so crazy to me. It's 25 years this year. Wow. Anyway, yeah. Lots to think about. And I think, I was thinking about reading, obviously, something reading does is like makes you realize how much you don't know in the world still, and like curious about learning it. Like the Mary Vert stuff. Like, I want to read a book about the afterlife, like science, or like animals that get in trouble with the law. Like, why not? Like, who wouldn't want to read about that? Like, come on. Anyway, so I really have to go. I'm just still awake. Like, I feel like it's only 8:41 instead of 9:41, which is still late for me, but okay. thank you for being here. I've probably been rambling for a lot longer than I thought. We've still got plenty of books to talk about, and as long as I don't trip over this pile tonight, I think it can stay here. And I'm excited to start these prompts. Yay! This is fun. This is fun. I'm glad I did that. All right. I have a video coming Tuesday of the entire concert that I went to, and then I have Puffin Eggs, Bearded Dragon Eggs, video about that on Friday. I have a whole bunch of shorts coming your way. Yeah, I love when you guys comment on the videos. I check it all day long, like the analytics. I love when you guys comment on it. So I see you, and I love it. Thank you, Cujo. You're always good about commenting on them. Like, subscribe, etc. My phone is dying, so it's really time to go. I thought it would die faster, honestly, so I thought it would limit me. But I love talking to you guys. Eat my shorts. Bart Simpson, 1993. What does that even mean? Like, it's so weird. All right, I gotta click the X. I'm like, just poke myself in the eye. My goodness. Okay, so I will see you next week. I don't think I'm gonna be streaming during the week, but you never know. So I'll see you soon, okay? Thanks for coming out, and I will talk to you